Uh, this is primarily, this intro right here is primarily for the people that will watch this in the when we get it archived. I'm just letting a few people come in before we start talking about what we're going to be doing this morning. We're not going to be on here for very long today. I'm doing trim today. I'm painting the trim on the station. So we'll wait till a few people come on, and then we will. I'll do a zoom in. I'll get the camera, and we'll do a zoom in and show you all that we've done that's transpired to this point on getting us looking really good. So where's my, oh, my brush is at? Is that my brush? That's my brush. Okay. All right. So this way too, I'll get this down here so you guys can see all of these really great color effects that are happening on the side of the station now with the dry brushing that I did. The ink wash to get the mortar darkened up, and to get the and then the dry brushing to get the brick back on top looking really sharp. So we've got so today what I'm going to do is I just finished this side over here painting the trim right here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip it over in just a little bit, and we'll do the back side, and I'll show you how you do the back side. I've got my paint all ready to the consistency that I like. So if you're wondering about the consistency, I'll show that, and I'll show it again throughout the thing. What I like on this is if you get paint that beads at the end, it means it's fairly fluid, but it doesn't necessarily drop off. So it's kind of like, I would say more like a consistency of a milkshake type of a thing. I mean, if you shook it really hard, you'd probably get it to beat off, but you don't want it to where it's completely liquid, but you do want it to be where it'll flow really well. I needed to add a little bit more right here. I had just added some extra paint, so I'd gone through quite a bit on the side. Get all the water out of your brush. Make sure you do that.
Samantha says, what's up?
We're painting trim today on the station. We've been working pretty hard on getting the station finished up. So today I'm going to be doing all of this, but on the back side. But I'm going to show you a little close-up here of where we're going to be within the next day on this. I've got this area weathered right here, but I'm going to show you a close-up of that along with a close-up of the stonework with the mortar that I did the wet wash on the mortar, and then the dry brushing to get the stone to come back out. And then today we're just going to be laying the gray down on the backside. All right.
So, okay.
All right. So here we go. This is what we're trying to achieve today. You can probably see that fairly well. You can see all of the weathering that I'm doing here. This will be the last step on the painting of the sides. Right now, on the back side, I'm going to be doing this gray right here. You see, I've already got it. I just did this morning. So we're going to turn the camera around. Not turn it around, but I'll put it back up there, and then we'll zoom in a little bit, and you'll be able to see all that we're doing. I'm just going to get some color here. Now you can see. Let me get this propped up. Yeah. Let me just see if I can prop this up so you can kind of see stuff with the light. There we go. Okay, so you can see varying colors here on the stonework. That comes from the dry brushing. So if you weren't with us on our previous ones, I primered the entire thing. Then I came in and I did dry brushing over the top to start off with. This brown color, it's this right here, it's red spice for the brick color. Then I came in and I did a black wash over everything to make the primer coat underneath the grout get darker. Then I came in with the paint again.
Can I read you these comments?
Yeah, hang on a second. And then I dry brushed everything again, and I built up areas. Okay.
Okay, Samantha says, is that the Back to the Future courthouse?
Actually, this is the front to the station, and this is the. Let me show you. I'm working on I just did this part. Let me grab this. This is the bell tower to it. It's going to sit right up here. You can see the color. That's that oxidized copper color we're going to have up on there. It sits up about like this, right here like that. And then all of the roof right here is all this same kind of a greenish blue.
Great Northern says, good morning.
Good morning.
Stay, have a meeting in 15 minutes, but that looks great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna show painting on the other side, how to get this trim look like this. This is all painted by hand. So I'll show you how you can get it nice and smooth. You're not gonna see any paint strokes or anything in here. And I'll show you how you can achieve that kind of an effect.
Samantha asked, do you watch Back to the Future?
Do we watch Back to the Future? Yeah, it kind of looks like that from there. But yeah, I've seen those movies. All right, so I think that pretty well covers what we're going to do. Like I said, we're going to get it to this grade today, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to weather it like this, and all of this will be weathered all the way around. We'll have water streaking everywhere. It'll look really good and aged. By the time we get done with it, it'll match what I've done with the bricks. All right, so I'm going to get this back up here. Excuse me. Allergies are bad today. Had a really bad night.
If you've enjoyed the stream so far, please make sure to like and subscribe because it helps the channel out a whole bunch.
Yep, and then you won't miss all of the updates on the station and other builds.
Oh, hey, Jeffrey. Always starting a new mask.
Oh, okay.
Got 166 hours to go till I can edit and start painting. Wow. Is that the print time for everything?
All right, so here is the other side I just did this morning. So I've got to do this back here. You can see there's a ton of stuff back here that has to be done. So that's where we're headed. We are going, by the time we're done today, this morning, this effect right here, other than the weathering, which I'll be doing tomorrow, this effect right here, we shall have all the way around this side and this side. So, if this is something you want to see, this will be a good tutorial on it. But again, you can see on this all the varying colors that I did here with the dry brushing. Again, same technique all the way around. Primer the whole building a gray. Came in, dry brushed the basic color over the whole thing to start off with. Did a black acrylic paint at an inconsistency wash over the whole building so that all of the grout lines would really stand out. Came back and highlighted all of the areas, like the edge areas. I took special attention on the edge areas of the raised areas with lighter colors, and a few areas here and there the same thing. And now the next step is, of course, going to be doing the trim. So set this up so I get a little comfortable here, because this takes an extremely steady hand to do. I'm going to make sure that while I've been talking, the gray paint hasn't gone dried up on me yet, because you need to keep this, like I said, a consistency of about a milkshake. Not as thin as the ink, but definitely thinner than acrylic is. There we go. Yep, it beads on the end of the brush, so that's what we want. So get all the rest of the water out of the brush, and here we go. Okay. So I always just brace my hand, and I start usually work my way from top down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on all of these arches. To keep from dragging the brush, I always start with the center and I work my way to either side. This is going to be interesting with my eyes the way they are today. I got to hold my breath when I'm doing this and just keep it steady, so I pause a little bit in between. I'm going to have to do something with this light, though. It's like right in my eyes. This is not where I need it to be. I'm getting a big glare right off the lenses in my eyes. Let's see if I can change this up a little bit. That's a little better. I just get a bead of paint working. and then I just kind of push that bead of paint. Now, I will inevitably get some on my brick, and I'll show you how you solve that problem when if you get some on stuff you've already painted where you don't want gray. So rebrace myself here. And if you just follow the raised area and you just use a very light touch, you shouldn't get any overages flowing out of the paint area. Now this is just first coat. It won't completely cover all this dark stuff that I had in my other painting. I just have to come in usually and put a quick light coat over certain areas after I'm done. And this is dried. You can see it flows like a milkshake would, the consistency of a milkshake. It goes down fairly easily and spreads and covers the area just the way you want it to. That's just getting used to mixing your paints and getting consistencies right for what you're doing. Like I said, the grout wash with the black, that was seriously consistency of almost just pure water with just a hint of tint to it. And there are areas where I have to come back in and fill in the top ledges of these. We'll have to get a little bit of paint. Okay. Not quite happy with right up here. A little better. Okay. And I'll neaten things up when I come back with the second coat. All right, so now we'll finish this area. There we go. Now these windows all get inserts. We actually were playing around with them yesterday and it's going to look fantastic. I can paint them an accenting color and they just slot right in. So for the most part, on this particular build, all I really have to do is get the outside edge. Okay. So this up here is already starting to dry nicely. That's drying really well. So I got to tip this thing for just a second here. I got to get the edges that wrap around here, 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 and there. So let me get that. I'm going to get that really quick. I'm just going to get those out of the way. Get my stupid eyes to clear. If you can brace your hand anywhere possible, just do that. Keep everything nice and steady. Right now I've got my wrist braced on the bottom of that. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this around and do it the other way. Okay, I think that's it for the little edges. Oops, didn't have any paint on it, it was dry anyway. Okay, now we'll keep at this. I really like this trim work that he put into the print file. It adds an extra little bit of eye detail to it. You'll just have to, I tip away so that I know I'm going to get close to this edge, so that's why I swung this that way, so that the flat of the brush wouldn't be right up next to that wall. I should have my space, be able to put that right in. Yep, okay. I think I'm just going to go ahead and, while I'm working on this upper stuff, get these done right here. I really have my wrist braced with my other hand. I'm actually squeezing it pretty tight, almost cutting out the circulation. I'm steadying it that much. Okay. So now, then, not quite sure what that is right there. It looks like a little bit of flash or something. If I don't like it, if it bothers me, I'll come back later and get rid of it.
Amor says, all I can say is wow, bro.
Oh, thank you. We put this up on the layout yesterday after I got done painting the front, and where it's going to sit on its platform, and holy cow, boy, she is going to be a standout in the layout there. We're making area right behind this is going to be where we're going to have our municipal buildings. Will be like the courthouse, the county courthouse there. They'll have a big square, nice ornate square, maybe some statues and stuff. And that's also be where we're going to put a big pine tree right in the middle of it that we can change out at Christmas time for one that's all lit up. with Christmas lights. I'm sorry I'm not talking as much as I usually do, but that's because I'm having to hold my breath while doing this.
Eastern Kentucky RC fan says you should also do a Halloween tree.
Yeah, we can probably do that. Or even just Halloween decorations, get lots of pumpkins and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go. That came out nice. So it's moving along here pretty good.
He says make it all spooky.
Yeah. We could get some extra figures for kids and paint costumes on them.
This is my boys and I's favorite holiday is Halloween.
Yep. Again, just gripping my wrist real tight here to keep the everything steady. The consistency on the paint is perfect. When I have a really good paint mix the way I like it, I try just to go through things as quick as I can so I don't have to try to remix it. Again, sorry about all the sniffing and sneezing. Our ragweed season came 2 months early because of all the rain we've had, which I'm not complaining about, and the cool temps. So it's definitely causing an interesting allergy season this year. Usually this doesn't hit me till mid to late August into September. So I'm hoping I just get it over with early. We don't have a second bloom in the fall. That would really stink. I don't mind getting through the season, just if I only have to do it once. We have a train show this weekend. Well, it's a club event. It's not really a train show, but one that we really like. It's the WIS-IL event. It's going to be up in Milton. So we're going to go up. We may live stream at it. There's the possibility. Oh, no, I got that out of the way. So put this back here. Are we still focused in pretty good, Gabe?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's my son in the background. He's
Hi everyone.
working on stuff. He's my IT department.
Yep.
Let's see, did I get a little bit on there? I did. All right, so I got a little bit of overage right here. So all you do, clean your brush out, get a little bit of water on it, not a lot, because you don't want it creating a big bubble. And you just go in and you dilute it up because it's so thin right now to begin with. All you gotta do is just go and take it off. There we go. Yep. And if you don't get it all off completely, just go back to your dry brush. This is my main color for all of my bricks. And you can always just do a little spot here and there if you need to. But I can generally get it off by just getting it thinned out with the water and do a little wipe off there. Come on, eyes, cooperate. I turn a little bit so I can, I'm next to this wall right here, so I gotta turn it a little bit so I don't get the flat of the brush up next to it. Yep. Like I did on the other side. Go ahead and get this. There we go. Alright, so we're getting there. Then I'll tip it this way, set it flat normally, and then I'll come back in and I'll show you how we get these other areas. Alright, so. Should have put eye drops in today. What I should have done, because that's just blurry like crazy right now. You know, the eye doctor said I should be putting them in constantly in the spring. I had cataract surgery back about 10 years ago, then I had to have them lasered and cleaned, the new lenses in my eyes, because I developed the skin over them. So then.
Oh, Isaac says, hello, having fun with my NKP, posted a video of it running with it weathered and weathered cars.
Very cool. Days like this, I usually don't work on anything fine detail like this, but I've been wanting to get this station done, so we're just kind of powering through it. It's just, I never know what it's going to look like the next day when I actually have decent vision or whenever the decent vision comes back. Excuse me. And all of this gray will get weathered, just like I showed at the beginning of this live stream on the other side, on the front side of the building. It's going to look really good. I can see this is really transforming now. Oops, I missed a couple arches. I did that on the other. I did it out on the front side too, and I had to put them in today. I'll go back and get it here in a sec. I'm just in this area, so I don't have to move everything around too much.
Well, Isaac says, can't wait till I get lock sound in it, then I can have the real NKP 765 bell and whistle.
There you go. I know a lot of people love sound. It doesn't really matter too much to me. Those little tiny speakers in N-Scale just.
Yeah, it's great for HO because you have the sound.
Yeah, you got a little bit better, bigger speaker than N-Scale, but For us, I don't know if we'll ever go with it. Excuse me. What I'm doing right here is the easy part of doing this. You'll see the hard part here in just a second. All right. We'll get those arches that I missed. Over here.
Beza says hi.
Hey,
Isaac says, granted, I've only had 2 DCC steam engines ever. Athearn's Sugar Cube speaker is amazing with the bass and reverb effect. He added on to whistles.
yeah, that was always the problem. My complaint was always not enough bass. All right. So the basics, I'm not sure I haven't missed anything. All right, basics on this are done. I may have to come back in and add a little bit, but it's actually looking like it's drying up pretty good. I don't see any of the washes that I used prior to this coming down, still showing through the gray. So the next step is, I gotta be careful because I've got both sides have stuff on them. So now we're gonna take this, we're gonna get this over here like that. I don't think is that blocking it or is it all right still?
Hang on, it's gotta catch up live. Isaac says that apparently there is a 7-band equalizer. You can tune anything onto it if you want.
Oh.
You can sort of see it. It's blocking the upper left corner of this.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me come and adjust it. Well, it has to be lower.
You know what? No, hang on. I'll just move this out a little bit further. That's all I gotta really do. See how that looks. I'm only needing to look right here.
Yeah. You know, for what it is, it'll be fine.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter.
Okay. All right. So now you don't want as much paint on the brush. I get in here, I get really low where I can see this. I've got to get these top edges done right here. That are in these recesses. This is where I've really got my hand braced and I'm holding my breath. Nobody probably ever noticed if I didn't do this, but I'd know it.
Isaac says having 60 whistles on one decoder means you can have any choice you like.
Yep. If you're new to the channel and you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. We always show all of our progressions on our layout, and we do probably about 4 to 5 live streams a week, all with stuff on here. Usually we do some running, but I'm just trying to get through these builds.
Isaac says that's on my 2021 to 22 release I'll be giving to you for.
All right. I don't This is the hardest part right here, because these you don't want to go too far over the edge, because then you get into the brick. I'll probably have to do some brick touch up on this, because this is just like really touchy right here. But on the tops of all of these archways, there's red from the paint. So what I'm trying to do is just keep it to a minimum of touch up by just taking my time on doing this part. And I only have one side to go also, so that helps knowing that I don't have a whole lot of this left. Okay, got all of that. Have I done those? Yep, I've done that, so that's all here. Now I gotta get these, gotta get top of this beam. All right, I'll take a quick look here, see how I'm doing against the, oh, I'm not getting really much overage. Shh. I should have said that.
Uh-huh. You gotta keep these things in your head.
Yep. Good. Almost got this middle area completely done. These are a little thicker areas. Yeah, all right. Paints get a little dry.
Oh, Josh says hi.
Hey,
How are you?
Josh. Doing good. How are you? All right. I do believe I've got everything to here, so I'm just got to get this little area right over here. Yes, yes. Want a bunch out. Yes, yes, I know. All right, I'm going to get this thin down just a little bit. Drop it's not flowing as nicely as it was. So that means it's just getting thicker. Well, this paint's been out quite a while and it's acrylic, and you know how fast acrylic dries. And this backside, hardly anybody's ever going to see this, ever. But you're going to do it on one side, you do it on them all.
Josh says I'm doing good.
Good.
Hey, Josh. Glad you're doing well.
Oh, doing all right. Yep. Almost have this side completely done. All I have left is this little end over here to my left.
Oh, Josh says he's waiting to for Show Me the Money tonight. It's a card game almost like bingo.
Oh,
That's cool.
yeah. All right, gotta get this little area right here. 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 Almost. This little top arch. Go. All right. Now I need to look at the overall face, see how everything's drying. Make sure I don't have anything bleeding through. Nope, it looks good. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for a minute because I've got to. I don't want. There's still got some pretty good wet areas here, so if I turn it on the end that I need to, it's all gonna like go that way and build up. So while I'm letting this dry up for a minute, I'm gonna finish the second coat I had on this. So this is the top right here. I need to put a little bit of a coat here. This turquoise oxidization color was really thick, and it's glossy, so gloss paint's always a little harder to cover. I even put a matte finish on it, hoping to help the painting process of all this detail stuff.
Lover Girl says, "Oh, that building looks so good."
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm glad to see you again.
Yeah.
In a little while.
Just doing all the little details today. Stop. There we go.
Josh says because you have tokens or lids to put on the card for Show Me the Money. If you have an ace of spades and put a token down, 6 diamonds, you put a token down and say waiting. If they call 6 club, you say Show Me the Money.
Oh. Sounds like fun. Last code on this. All right, so that should have finished this up. This is supposed to be a clock tower, but I'm thinking about having it be an observation area. Put a little fencing in right here between these areas, maybe put some people up in here. And that might actually be kind of cool looking. All right. Now, I don't know. There's no real guide to it. I was thinking about leaving this the copper up here, but I'm going to put it back to when I put it all back together. I kind of look at it. I might wind up painting this gray, the trim gray that I'm using on everything else, all of this stuff. So this whole little square area up top here may get that. Not sure yet. It's one of those things I can decide later because that's not that big a deal to have to do.
Josh says it's fun, gets my adrenaline going.
Well, good. That's always a good thing. All right, so let's see here. It looks pretty dry. So, last side to do is this side right here. This doesn't take much at all. Now, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of this. I'll try to turn it so you can a little bit. I do this like this because otherwise if I stand it on end like I did this side over here flat, things going to stand up like this high and I'll have to stand up to do the painting. And when I have it like this, at least I can still brace my hand the way I like to do it. I'm going to get a little infusion of paint here. This is just turned into not a whole lot left, just mostly just water. So I'll just thin this down just a little bit. And then this will be done except for the weathering. And I'll do that tomorrow. All the weathering on all this gray that I'm doing, the trim that I'm doing. I mean, the whole rest of the building is pretty much finished. I accomplished that with the washes that I did and the dry brushing. Now it's just a matter of this, and what we'll do, letting this go, is you may or may not be able to see, but I did a little sample here. That bottom is just fantastic. That's how I'm going to weather all the rest of this concrete.
MLW says, hey guys, thought I'd stop in and say hi.
Hey, glad you did. We are just working on trim. And then you guys will get to see this tomorrow night up in the live stream tomorrow night. You'll get to see this back up in place. And we've also got the big part of the Chimera Cerberus building. We haven't decided on the name yet. The Chimera Cerberus building has got, will have all 4 of its walls and its main tower done. 3 walls are done now. We only had 2 the last time.
Let's do that poll tonight.
Yeah, name? Poll? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll put a name, put a poll up tonight for about the name. We haven't, because we can't decide between Cerberus or Chimera for the tower.
MLW says wanted to ask how's storm season been for you guys. We haven't had much up here.
Oh, we've been getting hammered. It's been, and we've got more coming. We had rain all day yesterday, day before. I'm not complaining at all because there's so many people that need rain so badly. And this is really helping well, I don't know if it's helping our farmers at this point or not because they're trying to get their crops in and, fields are flooding and everything. So, of course, this year a lot of farmers did not put crops in. But bad part is like I was talking about earlier, is our ragweed season has come so much earlier. Usually that doesn't happen until middle to end of August through September, and it's already here because of how much rain we've had and how cool it's been. But again, I am not complaining. I will put up with allergies to have our water table filled.
Josh says I do the same way when I'm gluing something back on my HO trains for like a knuckle coupler.
Cool.
MLW says the joys of hay fever. Yay!
Yeah, hay fever in the spring. Yeah. The bad part is because of my blood pressure, I can't take anything for it. So I just have to sniff and sniff and sniff and sniff and sniff. Stick Kleenexes up my nose so I don't get everything on my pillowcases at night. Sure, you probably could have done forever not hearing that part. But, yeah. It makes for, and then my eyes, I've got to get the drops in my eyes later today for sure.
Josh says I don't like allergies. And MLW says Tylenol, question mark?
I can just take Tylenol for the headaches, yes. But I can't take any of the sinus stuff. I go through a lot of Tylenol this time of year. Well, not this time of year, the time of year it should be in August, but it's early.
Oh, Willem says hi.
Hey! They're just wrapping up the gray trim. This station is really moving along quick now. Go ahead and get this done right here. The inserts, you guys will see if you come back tomorrow night for the live stream tomorrow night, you'll get to see the inserts for the windows. They won't be painted, but I'll show you what they look like. They're great. Really, really excellent stuff. The ones that are in the roof's got a slant to it. They actually stick out from the slant to where they're perpendicular to the ground. It's just perfect. I'm going to paint everything a cream color. The windows all get a nice cream color to them. I don't think Gabe's happy with that, my color choice on that, because he keeps suggesting other colors.
On what?
The windows.
Oh, no, I don't care.
Because when I said a cream, how about a green? How about a blue? So I don't think he's quite happy with my color choice.
I don't care. Your station.
Well, it's our station.
Mm.
You printed it.
Yeah. Oh. Let's see. Willem says it looks super cool. How on earth are you so accurate at painting?
Well, thank you. Well, this just comes from years of practice, learning how with my artwork that I did for 30 years.
MLW says, quick, someone jump scare him. Yes, I know I'm horrible.
Yeah, no. No. I don't need to be. I mean, I've had problems like that before where something startled me and I make mess ups and I can go back and get it all fixed. It's no problem, but it's just the idea I don't want to if I don't have to.
And Josh says tomorrow night I'll be on.
All right. Yeah, tomorrow night we're doing some running. Have this station all nice and looking great sitting above the track, so that should look really good in the video, in the live stream tomorrow. I'll have that wall glued on around the platform of this. I may even I'm not going to commit myself, but I may possibly have even the wrought iron on top of the wall done tomorrow, but we shall see on that. At least I'll probably have it cut and ready to go. But that may be something I don't get on until next week. So I've actually got to create the wrought iron, the nice detailed wrought iron out of the pieces that I've got. But that's not that big a deal. It just takes time. Everything's doable. All right, so I'll just keep coming up here.
MLW asks, do you guys do Metra? I forget.
We're gonna get the Metra set. We just haven't gotten it yet. It's one of the sets on our wish list, on our Amazon wish list, but we'll pick it up eventually. Sorry, got a little sidetracked there in my thought while I was trying to deal with this top line up here. It's a little, not the greatest, it's a little wavy. That's just in the print process, so I'm trying to get the gray worked in there pretty good.
Josh says next week I have another train show in Decatur.
Oh. Yeah, we got one on Saturday up in Milton. Not really a show as much as it is a club event, but it's an excellent club. They have a fantastic layout, so we're looking forward to going up. Like I said, we may do a live stream at it.
Yeah, all depends on
Reception stuff. And this is the side that nobody's ever going to see either, because this is going to have, it'll be pretty close to another skyscraper right here, like right here. So we're probably not even going to see this area, but again, just get it done. So when I'm dead and gone, Gabe could sell all these for a decent amount of money.
if I do.
Oops. Should have done this first. I just saw arches and I just kept going with it. Rolling with the arches. Okay. You may think it doesn't matter, but sometimes I get my brush so flat that I hit things that are raised below. So that's why I try to work completely from top to bottom.
Well, Josh says like that one train show where you guys had no internet access because they locked it out.
Yep. And I don't know exactly where this one's going to be. It's near a museum, close to a museum that's up in Milton. And, you know, they don't have the biggest of budgets, so I'm sure it's not going to be the best of Wi-Fi. And it's kind of out in the boonies a little bit, so I'm kind of doubting just the wireless itself will be very good. All right, so I got to get to this now, and in order to get to that, I'm going to have to reposition this. See if we can catch it here somewhere, or maybe I'll just, maybe I can do that. No, that's not going to work. Well, I'll do that. All right, get down low here, get braced.
MLW says, oh, you guys will not believe what I managed to catch earlier this week. I caught a CP unit with a Pac-Man logo still on it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there's still cool stuff running around out there. All right.
Josh says that station's coming out good.
Thank you. I'm enjoying it. Little flash right here that didn't get, there we go.
It says, "You are welcome." Charles Hall says hi.
Hey, Charles. We're just finishing up paint and trim today. Wasn't planning on going doing a live stream, but I thought, well, maybe you guys might like to see how I handle doing the finer details and stuff. How I work the consistencies of the paint so you just don't see paintbrush strokes and all that good stuff. Well, I forgot to do this guy right here. Oh, I forgot to do him. I don't know. All right. Almost got this. This is getting a little syrupy in here versus milkshake consistency. Put that back like that. All right. Get out of the way, please. All right. So just hold my breath. Literally. All right. Oh, missed an arch. Always miss an arch for some reason. Don't know why. Almost down to my last step. Be taking care of the window recesses and the tops of the trim. All right. Oh, that looks really nice. So that all dries.
Oh, Josh says, when you painted something like that, did it ever fall down off the stand you're using?
Yeah, I've had to do that, but usually I see it going and I just back up real quick and let it fall, and then I'll just reset it all. So I never really get an accident with the painting part of it. But yeah, I've had it drop off of that because I've sometimes had like just a little stick if I can't find anything else or something like that, or I'll use one of these things and they get a little slippery. So yeah, it does happen from time to time. Fortunately, that time not so much. Okay, so let's get the light reset right to here like this. That should be pretty good. All right, so now I've got to get these top, where all these recesses are, like I did before, on the back. I got to get these done. All right, got to get this so I can see the tops. This is where we get into really fun positions. That was a little, thought I had all filed. That was a little jagged right there. Didn't want to cooperate. Hard part on this is seeing where the tip of the brush is against the paint. Because the tip of the brush is the same color as what I've got down here, so you just have to kind of just go real slow until you see that little bead of paint start to come out, so you don't get anything up on the bricks. It gets messy. Okay, now while I'm at it, get the arches. This one stands out from the building quite a ways, so we come around just a little bit. Now, when I get the paint on the brush, I always drag it on the edge of the, whoops, got a little messy there. Tip it back in. I always drag it on the edge of the plate just to get the excess off. How'd that do? Oh, that did all right. Looks fine. Now then, so not quite, don't get quite as, slow down here, buddy. I'm kind of the point where I'm tired of working on painting trim, so I'm getting a little sloppy. But I'm so close to finishing, I don't want to stop and pick it up at another time. And that's all right. Like I said, I've got my paint. If I got any little bricks that I get stuff on, I'll just touch them up. Try not to have to do too much of it. Those look pretty good. By the time I'm done doing this touch up here, I can look at the back that I just did around the corner here and see if there are any thin areas that need to be redone, added to. But before I came over to this side, I kind of looked and it didn't seem like it. But that's not to say after it's completely dried now like it is that stuff hasn't shown through. All right, so just this little guy right here. What I was doing with the brush there is the brush will start to form a point, like a curved point. So I just spin it so I get the curve aiming down. Almost. This eyes clear, blink, 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 and my eyes clear so I can see what I missed. All right, let's take a look here. See if I missed anything, or if stuff's thin. Nah, looks good. Pretty pleased with it. Just got a few little areas. Nice. That's Mom?
I don't think so.
Or it could be her across the street. If you hear her come in, go down and let her know what we're doing. My wife was off having breakfast with some friends this morning, so another reason we thought we'd do this. We got some things we got to do this here pretty soon. So I'll get this done while I had the opportunity. Nice. I'm not going to mess with that. So let's take a look at the back now. See if there's anything here that needs to be done, redone, added to. That looks a little bit right here. All right, okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Nope, right here. Probably shouldn't be doing this standing upright like this, but that's relying on the fact that I'm able to hold my left hand steady with the building. All right, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. This all looks nice right through here. Like I said, it's going to get weathered, so not too terribly worried if it isn't just exactly perfect. All right, so I'll let you guys see the front of the building here. Let me get this cleaned off real quick. That moved. So here was the front that I did yesterday. Really, really love this effect. I mean, this dry brushing that came on here, I just wish you guys could see it in person. It's a lot of it's going to die on the camera. I know that. We've had that problem before. Just trust me that with my art background, if I'm really happy with this, it came out really good. So, like I said, right here this is how it's gonna, all the gray is gonna look like this with this weathering and these streaks, these water streaks and everything. I'm gonna get that on all the trim. That's easy. This was the hard part. This is easy. This will take me do the whole building probably an hour to do all of the weathering on that. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to get the roof, and I'm going to let you guys kind of see it with the roof on it. Okay. So and I'm debating on painting this part too gray. I mean, it has, I don't know, it may be gray. Yep. So, see if I can tip that back a little bit so you can see it. Get the light back here. So there gives you a little preview of what it's going to look like. Oh, here are the windows. I think you can probably see these. Here's how these inset. So all of these along here, we're going to paint them kind of a creamy color. And all of these have window inserts too. So this is going to be a really sharp station when we get it done. The STL files for this, the kit for this, the thing was a fantastic put together. That the original guy that did it, made a fantastic, and he really had the best instructions we've ever seen on an STL file yet, except for ours that we just put up. We really went into depth of detail on our STL file that we put up on Cults about our elevated track. So it's Gabe had to run downstairs. So if comments are coming up, I don't see them. I can't see them right now. Well, hang on. Maybe I can get this going. Let's see here. So like I said, if you've liked this and you want to keep up with this build, be sure to like and subscribe. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Well, thank you, Josh. Yeah, I really like the color combinations on this building. I'm really happy with it. So, like I said, it's just the dry brushing, everything. Now I'll come in and I'll just like weather all that, and it'll just all tie together beautifully. Everything is ready to go for that, and then just do the window inserts, and then I'll put the window glazing in probably in a couple of weeks, and this station will be finished. You can see, well, I don't know if you can see on the camera or not. Here, I'll get a little closer for those of you that weren't here when we first started. Let's see here. Let me zoom this out so it's not fighting with itself. Okay, so you can see all the weathering that's there on the base foundation. That's going to get applied to all of the gray that's up here. So it's just, along with the color and how all that mottled color looks, you know, the dry brushing that we did and everything here on all of this. So you get this kind of mixed in with all of that. It should do a really good job of this. And there's every one of these has got a window insert with the little panes and everything. So we're gonna make those that color right there, so that you'll be able to, it'll be a nice accent to it. So we're doing all right. This building has been updated. We'll talk about that tomorrow night on the live stream. We'll probably even have more of it done then. So you guys can see where we're at. Those of you that haven't seen that, we did get this one done too to match this roof right here. And I've got, all I have to do down here is put my copper in, the faded copper in, to make it look like you have the oxidization with the copper added to it. And we'll do the same thing right there. So it's getting there. This is, like I said, this has been a really fun project. So let me get this back down off the backside because I had some paint on there. So we are good with this. This just came out really sharp. So we will be back on tomorrow night, probably our usual time, about 8 o'clock Central. But we'll put a notice up a good hour before. And then, like I said, maybe Saturday, if we've got reception, we'll bring you guys along to that trend meet in Milton. And we'll have some fun doing that. So thanks for coming this morning, guys. And like I said, if be sure to check your subscriptions. Make sure you're still subscribed, because they're still having that issue where YouTube's got something going on with their programming to where they are kicking people off of the subscriptions they like. So if you are subscribed, I would just make sure that you are still subscribed, so that you don't miss out on all these builds and the live streams that we do. So we had a good morning doing this. We spent about an hour and a half doing all of the trim all the way around. Came out looking really good. I'm really pleased with it. So you guys will see pretty much the finished part of it tomorrow. I'm going to glue the wall right here around. That's the wall right there. I'll glue that around the platform that this sits on, and I'll get some weathering done on it before tomorrow. And like I said, I'll try to get the wrought iron at least cut out so I can show you what it's going to look like that's going to be sitting on top of the wall. So we'll cover all that in tomorrow night's live stream. So have a good rest of the day, everybody, and thank you for dropping in. And hope you enjoyed seeing how I tackle and handle doing just painting trim. So we'll have a lot more to show you tomorrow night. So take care, and again, check your subscriptions. Make sure you're still signed up. Make sure you still have your notifications done. Set up for it, so you'll get the notice when because we'll put the notice up like an hour before, like I said, like an hour before we go live streaming. So then you'll know when we'll be on. We're going to run some trains tomorrow night, because I'm going to have this up in place. I want to see how those passenger trains look like coming underneath there. So that should be pretty good. So thanks again. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and take care, and we will see you tomorrow.